Hey guys, welcome back. Today I just wanted to do a quick video and show you how I am using an inexpensive notebook. I picked this up at Goodwill for $3 in place of a planner this year because the planner I usually use costs about $30. And so I'm saving 27 of that and just using this notebook and adopting the elements of the planner that I love for a whole lot less. So I started off on each page drawing a horizontal line about a third of the way up. And then I'm also marking off the margins on each side just because I'm picky and I don't want my writing to end up going past the margins. And then I'm dividing that top 2/3 into thirds vertically. And so this is going to be the first 3 days of the week. And then I'm going to go ahead and put 2 lines. I'm just using a ruler because even though there's lines on the paper, I don't always draw them straight. So between the margins, 2 lines, 1 space apart. And these are going to be the headings or the headers for each of the days of the week. And here you can see I'm just drawing on that other margin just so that my writing stays outside of those areas. You'll notice too my kids in the background here, they were doing the dishes in the morning, and so you can see Micah's little legs and water splattering everywhere, but they're just getting their chores done. So here I am on the opposite page and doing the same thing, marking off the margins, trying to keep my lines as straight as possible. I can try to leave a link in the description of the planner that I usually use. I really do like it, but this year it just was not in the budget. And this is a Mead 5-star 5 subject notebook that I'm using. And it has really nice paper and I'm really happy with it so far. So I'm doing the same thing on this page that I did on the last one. So drawing that horizontal line a third of the way up from the bottom, and then doing my 2 header lines at the top of the page, and then dividing that top 2/3 section into vertical thirds for my days of the week. And then after I'm done with this line, you'll see I'm going to go ahead and divide that far right column approximately in half and do 2 header lines just in that column. And that is because I only do half of a column for my weekend days. And now I'm going to go ahead and do kind of header lines again in these 2 bottom boxes on the right and left hand side of the pages. And that's just to keep me organized instead of trying to get my heading mixed in with the list that I'm making underneath it. So now I have the whole basic setup done, and I'm going to start writing in my days of the week. And I start them on a Monday. That's just what makes sense to my brain. So I'm going to go ahead and go across here and write in all of the days of the week, and then I'm going to highlight them. Actually, before I go ahead and use my highlighter, I'm going to write in the headings for these 2 bottom sections. And so the one that I'm working on right now says weekly goals. You may not be able to see these, but it says weekly goals. And that's where I just go ahead and write down the things that I want to accomplish sometime in the week. And then I can kind of put them up into the days or just cross them off as I get to them through the week. And on the right hand side, it says shopping list. And so as I think of things that I need, I'm just adding it in there. And so usually I'll have 2 weeks worth of those shopping list things whenever I actually go shopping. And then I just really quickly go over all of those things that I just wrote in highlighter. And again, that's just for my brain to keep everything separate, because otherwise if I'm writing in black pen and the headings are in black pen, it's just gonna all blend together. And so that is what my planner is looking like for 2026. We are on the 3rd week, and so far I am absolutely loving the way that it is turning out. I hope this has been an encouragement to you to create your own planner, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!